Recently, I've gotten questions from several of you about exchanging or swapping out your Disney Vacation Club points for a Universal vacation. My gut instinct was you can't do that, and or what the heck is Universal Swap? Typically, you are going to use your Disney Vacation Club points to stay at DVC locations, but there are official exchanges you can do through Disney. These are things like exchanging your Disney Vacation Club points for things like the Disney Cruise Line, Adventure by Disney, other Disney hotels, and there is a worldwide hotel exchange. That being said, Universal is certainly not part of that exchange. After a few clarifying questions and doing some digging, I think I figured out what this Universal Swap is. We're going to talk about that now. Essentially, from what I've gathered, there are third-party vendors that are advertising a Universal Swap for your Disney Vacation Club points. These third-party vendors look to be Disney Vacation Club resale and rental sites. Therefore, this Universal Swap is not an official exchange of your DVC points through Disney for things like the Disney Cruise Line or Adventures by Disney, etc. With that being said, the ethos of this Universal Swap, in principle, could really be applied to any trip. Let's stick with Universal though as the framing example. You would work with a third-party vendor, so a DVC resale or rental website, to shape your ideal Universal trip. They will price that out and figure out how many of your DVC points they would need to sell in order to fund that trip. Then they'll work to rent out that amount of Disney Vacation Club points and apply those profits to book your Universal trip. Again, in principle or in theory, you could do this really for any trip. You can rent out your points and then use those profits to rebook for another vacation. Presumably, this will primarily be happening through resale and rental websites that have some sort of travel agency arm attached to them. If they truly strictly are only dealing with Disney Vacation Club resale and rentals, they probably won't be able to do these Universal bookings for you or booking anywhere else. But if they have a travel agent on staff, especially if that travel agent is knowledgeable about other destinations, there's no reason why they can't combine their talents. Marketing and sales staff, and potentially even the broker, can work to rent out your points and then pass those profits along to a travel agent on staff, or even a travel agency that's partnered with this third-party vendor to then book a vacation somewhere else. Why would you want to do this? Obviously, if you want to experience Universal, this is a great way to do it. And if you have vacation points in your DVC account that you're not going to use for a DVC stay, you've already paid for those, you may as well get some use out of them. If the worldwide hotel exchange isn't all that appealing to you, maybe Universal is. And if you're mostly a Disney person and don't really go to Universal, by working with a third party, they can probably help you plan your Universal trip and make sure you get the most out of it. It's also worth noting that when you do official point exchanges through Disney, so taking your DVC points and using them for Disney Cruise Line or Adventures by Disney or similar, usually that conversion rate is pretty poor. It really undervalues your points. By doing this intermediate step of renting out your points to get that cash profit in order to rebook a different vacation, you probably are getting a better conversion rate, better value for the points that you've paid for. But that being said, I feel like I'm missing something. To me, this very much feels like you are just renting out your points and then using that profit for something else. The Universal Swap specifically does have the angle of someone at that third-party website helping you book your Universal trip, but otherwise, what am I missing? In my mind, you can rent out your points and then use that cash for anything. This might be a somewhat efficient way to get around taxes when you rent out points. This is not legal advice and I am not a tax expert, so big asterisk here. But from what I've learned, if you rent out points, that profit is taxable. If in one fell swoop though, an agency is renting out your points and then using that money to book you another vacation, maybe it's not taxable? I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think key advantages of this Universal Swap are. I'd especially love to hear from any of you who have rented out your points, what you used that profit for, if you did pay taxes, etc. And for the few of you who asked me about Universal Swap, let me know what interests you about it in the comments down below. Why would you rather do the Universal Swap than just rent out your points and use that cash for anything? I'm definitely interested to hear your thoughts on this, and thanks to all of the likers, commenters, and subscribers of the channel. This definitely was a short video as I don't think there's a ton of logistics to cover. The key points here that the Universal Swap that you're seeing advertised really is just a marketing ploy. This is not an official Disney Vacation Club exchange. But if you do have DVC points you aren't otherwise going to use, this could be a great facilitated way to rent out your points and get a Universal trip instead. I hope you found this helpful. May the rest of your day be magical, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.